Alright, so, major problem. You're hearing me commentate this after the fact. I lost about an hour's worth of audio while I was recording this session. So, I'm going to try and do this in post while watching the footage back. And, you know, wish me luck. Alright, back at the cathedral ward.
This here is a safe bar.
Talking to the creepo, you know, hoping to get some new dialogue now that I've made some real progress. My insight is getting crazy high at this point, and what I don't realize is that's very quickly going to bite me in the ass. As I eventually will find out firsthand that my insight is causing the game to be way harder than I need it to be. So far, I've seen the sweet spot is around 10. Because then you have enough insight to find the good shit, but not so much that the monsters are just turning you into a fine paste. Decided, you know, warm up on this guy because I know there's more coming up the stairs here. But yeah, see, there's that first evidence. Their movesets have changed, and I will continually get pounded by these things. It's amazing how long it takes me to realize that their moveset has changed, considering how many of those I've already fought. Alright, so here's where we use that emblem I spent 10,000 blood echoes on forever, what feels like forever ago at this point. Naturally, we don't go the way that the game is saying, hey, maybe go this way. The obvious path, never, you don't want to go that one first. Dudes with flamethrowers, I'm super jealous. I need to get that my arcane stat up. I just really want to use that flamethrower, even if it's garbage. I want to do it at least once. These clergymen with the creepy masks, they're pretty consistently challenging. I like them as regular mobs. It's easy to get swarmed if there's more than 2 of them, though. Start investigating
You're not from around here,
the
are you?
rude Yarnamites.
What, an outsider who's come to join the hunt? What a pathetic idea.
Yeah, this guy's a dick.
You what? What, you think I'm a beast? Well, maybe I think you're a beast.
I know you are, but what am I?
Step away from our castle.
His castle, you know, his apartment on the street level.
Nothing to do with your beast, son. Oh, enough with you already.
Yeah,
Oh, enough.
he just continues to be rude. This one, on the other hand,
Oh my, what a queer scent. But I take it over the stench of blood and beasts any day.
was not expecting someone behind the door to,
What is it then?
you know, actually be nice,
I'm off during hunts, so if that's what you're here for, I'll leave
let
you
alone
your own
to
devices.
proposition me.
If that doesn't
Or I
do
guess, not proposition
Come
me.
back in the morning, darling.
There we go. There's the proposition.
Oh, thank goodness. Might you know of a safe place? The night is long, and I've very little of the incense left.
So, I kind of agonized over this for a while. I'm not sure whether to send her to the clinic or to Erden Chapel. And I just kind of stared at this for a while, mostly just thinking. The Erden Chapel I know for sure is safe. I don't know anything about Yusefka. And for all I know, like every other NPC in a Souls game, Yusefka could be totally lying to me. about taking people in.
Well, if you do find
So
around here, you
for
will
now,
be-
I just kind of put it to bed and say I'll think about it for a while. And head on up the street. Just dudes in an alley. Dudes around corners. It becomes the theme of the night really quickly. Ah, new church garb. Wolfmen. Awesome. That church garb is great. And I realized it way too late. Like, the recurring theme of this post-commentary is, man, in retrospect, I'm a moron. But, I mean, that's kind of what you're here for, right? Watch some dude blindly stumble through a very difficult game. I mean, assuming you've even made it this far. That's probably what you're here for. I won't presume to speak for you. Or strangers. I decided this was the safest possible time.
The church, deepest. Yes.
Knock, knock. Of course, it's a Souls game. You have to repeat talking to them as many times as you possibly can. So I figured no one's coming up behind me and hit me in the back of the head with a mallet, so figured take a look at the stats of the Black Church gear. It's got really good magic resist and really good poison resist. Terrible frenzy resist though. Frenzy, eventually, if you get frenzied, once that frenzy meter builds up, it just says frenzy on the screen, and then it takes like something near 9/10 of your health away. It just destroys your remaining health. Instant damage, no recovery period. It's crazy. It's really bad news. So I keep the charred garb on because I wanted more physical defense. Rolled right into that bullet. I'm learning. I'm getting there. Let's charge headlong into unknown territory and immediately get mobbed. Turns out, taking a week off of playing this game really makes you just kind of forget. You just, oh yeah, I am king shit of fuck mountain up in here. The game pretty quickly humbles you. And here's where I notice Cthulhu's little buddy up there. Just sitting there waving his mouth tentacles at me. Doesn't really seem to do anything about me though. He just kind of... He and his bird just kind of shout at me. Like an eldritch version of those two Muppets. Waldorf and Statler. Yeah, those guys. Alright. At that point, I was called away for some work for a little bit. Recording at night, but wrapping up some project work from earlier in the week. It's the worst. I wouldn't recommend it. So while I was away, I made up my mind. I told her to go to the chapel.
Thank you, darling. Maybe I'll see you there.
She flirts with me a little bit. I probably awkwardly stammer. I can barely talk to other humans. Alright, then, you know, roll through everything. Everything breakable needs to be broken. Man, ladders in this game. Just cautiously trying to take in my surroundings. A watchman of Bergenworth guards the gate with a password, the sacred adage of the Grand Cathedral. Guess another developer hint to just say, hey, remember, you need a password to get to Bergenworth. Dropping down on the roof. Still don't really have a good sense of what the fall damage is like in this game. And dogs. Dogs. Here's what I meant when I said it's easy to get mobbed. Boom. Look at what that 20 insight, man. Look how much damage they did to me. 2 hit me.
Oh, hello, dear. You weren't lying. This is a safe place. Thank you.
Always talk to every NPC.
Thanks, but I haven't much to offer. All I can give is my blood.
Well.
But would you even take a horse blood?
I mean, what's wrong with that? Receive blood treatment. Of course.
Oh, good.
Nice and creepy.
Don't worry. This isn't the first time.
You know, she just kind of gives her blood away. This town is weird. This town's really weird. Alright, so, Blood of Ariana. Cathedral Woman of Pleasure. Her blood is similar indeed to precisely what was once forbidden. Which I'm sure we will get no context for later.
I've only so much blood.
So yeah, my guess is that you have to use that up before you can get another dose. Whoa! Dodge, dodge. Like a maniac. Full on panic mode. And then I remember. I haven't opened that gate yet. And that it was this gate. Was the open one. So, let's go running into the graveyard. Oosh. Ouch. Was expecting an overhead swing, and he followed it up with an immediate swipe. Here's about the point where I start thinking, maybe my insight is changing how these guys behave. Camera is insane, and I apologize for that. I'm addicted to locking on, and it quite literally gets me killed more often than not, especially when fighting anything larger than myself. Oof. Heal up, buddy. These guys die so dramatically. I appreciate that. It's just madman's knowledge after madman's knowledge. I've been trying to avoid doing any real research about this game, but I've been considering breaking that rule just to try and get a fundamental understanding of insight and... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Almost died there. Real close. But yeah, a fundamental understanding of insight would be nice, especially considering the game, as far as I can tell, will not explain what insight is or does. Yeah. Misjudged the range on the attack there. Passed, and yeah, and then I dodged again, expecting a sweep. I'm starting to learn the benefits of dodging into the enemy instead of to the side or back. Back dodging for total desperation and for, you know, I need to heal and I have to trade, and I can't just risk trading blows with them. Oh, here's Cthulhu and friends. This thing is so weird, and it's, as far as I've seen, a one-offs. He's just Eldritch Abomination. I bet he is spawned by my insight, because I stopped seeing those after a while, and my insight, I definitely spend insight to try and alleviate my suffering. Antidotes. Secret waits ahead. This is when I get really excited. Oh, you're in the know, right? Yeah, I'm super excited. Oh. Only to be turned away. Because I don't know the password yet. Great. Alright, finally have closed the loop a little bit. Yeah, see right there, that fall damage was barely anything. I thought that was gonna kill me. I missed that dog. And then I screamed like a little girl. Oh, there's the guy with my blood echoes. Now just don't die. I actually hold my own pretty well for having such ridiculous insight level right now. I'm actually kind of proud of that. Considering these dudes now have the strength to one-hit me. Blood echoes retrieved. And I remember to open the gate. The dudes are shooting explosive rounds at me. It's all bad news. Yeah, this is the best way to take on an encounter. Just charge straight at the dude with a grenade launcher and his buddy with a massive axe. Shoot through all your blood vials in the process. And then die. Real clever. The beauty of slow-moving enemies. So if you know where they are and where your exit is, just bolt like a madman. Get my blood echoes back. And run! Because I want to go spend them. The doll dozed off again. She's been doing this a lot lately. It's making me nervous.
Welcome home, good hunter.
I don't know if it's a weird quirk,
what is it you
but
desire? Very well, let me.
Makes me concerned about her.
Farewell, good hunter. May. Welcome home. What is it? Very well, let me.
Decide to round out my melee skills. Getting vitality up next, and then potentially skill.
Farewell, good hunt. May you.
I really want to start investing in arcane, but I'm afraid it's too late. And here I decide to, you know, knock some insight off my total. See if that'll help me survive a little bit. I just buy all the novelty armor. I didn't even look at the stats of this stuff. I really should just try this out next time I play. There. Down to 6 insight. My insight goes so low, the insight shop vanishes. So the effects of high insight are not permanent. Ascend Erden Chapel. Yeah. Alright, heading back to Cathedral Ward. There's my lovely little friend. So I don't know what possessed me. I started looking around, seeing if maybe it was my, I don't remember. It was a while ago now. My insight level dropping so much. I wanted to see if I could notice any changes now that I basically had a quarter of the insight that I did before. So I walk back over to where these crows are and get jumped by this dude with a bag, and he basically one-shots me. Yeah, he definitely wasn't there before. But oh? This isn't the hunter's dream. Seems awfully familiar. If any of you have played any of the previous Souls games, you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say which one. But they've definitely done this before. Except it wasn't so much by just a rando enemy. Yahargul. The unseen village. Naturally, smash every physics object you can. Start looking for a way out of your prison cell, but obviously don't ever try the door first. Nice, dark, creepy prison. The use of music in this game has been excellent. The Souls games are generally pretty good about that stuff, but the stuff you hear in Bloodborne isn't just discordant and harsh, especially not even out of context. Like I got the collector's edition of this game, so I got a code for the soundtrack. So I got the soundtrack, and I've listened to the tracks for bosses I've beaten out of context, and it holds up really well. Oh, here, another bag dude. Look at how little damage I do to these guys. And this is on, like, pretty low insight. He tries to hit me with a bag. These guys are ridiculously powerful. It's crazy. I think they're a little broken, honestly. And this quickly becomes a source of rage for me. And I'm back in the cell. And he killed us so hard, it boots us out of the game. I just ended up playing the rest of the session offline. Kind of disappointing that the Bloodborne servers crash on a Friday, but what are you gonna do?
Oh, merciful God, help me. In the name of the healing church, cleanse us of this horrible dream.
Yeah, this is particularly upsetting. I wonder what that number next to the cold blood means.
Oh,
Please leave me be. Don't take me, please.
She's not convinced that I am
Please don't.
totally on the up and up.
Oh,
I can't imagine why. It's not like I'm just lording over her with a... looming over her, rather. Looming over her with a tremendous blood-stained cloak and a horrifying just saw thing. Nah, there's nothing suspicious about me at all. And now back to confronting the bagmen. These enemies are such a drag. And then I remember there's a door here that I haven't gone through. Oh, movement in the darkness. It's this horrible hag that makes these just deafening screeches. Isn't that the worst? Trust me, you don't want to get caught by one of those. Blood vials. More bullets. They're really stocking me up here. I run into the room, and there's two bagmen, and they immediately jump me. Checking for items desperately. Some way to fight these things that does more than 50 damage. It's ridiculous. +3 cleaver, 20 strength. I can't do anything to these guys. Desperate trying to get some reach on them so they don't grab me, but they have super high poise too, so look at that. Look at that. That is almost all of my health. And my health is pretty... I got a lot of health. Yep, and I'm gone. Oh, and then I get grabbed. Yeah, this is why you don't want to get grabbed. So you get to sit through a 5-second animation of your throat getting cut, I think it's supposed to be. Really looks like they're rubbing your face with an ice cream scoop. Yeah, I get it. Unnecessary. Still clearing out these rooms, still being methodical. I haven't lost hope yet. Top myself off. Go in, you know, see what's up. Run past, nothing here. Oh god, punched in the face. Goodbye health. Heal. And a room with more dudes. Immediately start clearing them out in a panic. Afraid the bagmen are after me again. But nothing. Looks like they just kind of stay in that room. Oh boy. Bit off more than I could chew. Stun, kick, dead. Alright. How about I just go the other way? Is my immediate thought. I'll just loop around while they're stuck at this door. Desperately looking for stuff could potentially help me out. Lures. Anything that does a lot of damage. Nothing. I am broke. Run! And I make it. Easy enough. That area still sucks, by the way. But hey, new ground. Always up for new territory. So, you know, do the usual quick scan of the environment. Look around. See if there's any hidden doodads. And then here's where I stop dead in my tracks and realize what I'm staring at. Do you realize what I'm staring at? It's a pile of bones. Rather large pile of bones. They're just kind of sitting there. Totally is a boss. Dark Beast Parl. Dark Beast Parl is a motherfucker, and if you get motion sick, I'm sorry for what's about to happen to you. So Dark Beast Parl is, as you can see, very fast quadruped. He's got electrical attacks. Both his swipes from with its claws, his ground pounds like that immediately kill me, and just AoE kind of electric bursts. Alright, so I go up the stairs instead this time, and I get something called Moon, which I investigate later, so I'll ruin the surprise. I find a way to return to the hunter's dream, at least, so a way out. Nightmarish rituals craving newborn. Find one that silences harrowing cry. Basically, I take that to mean if you see some kind of horrible baby, do not hesitate. Put that thing down. So, sure, I'll do that, I guess. I don't know. So I try to run and get insta-killed. And there's those things. So this is a great respawn point. Yep. You spawn right here, right next to two bagmen. And I just get killed over and over and again. At this point I try to sneak up on this guy. You know. See if I can get like a charge attack on him. Knock him down. Take him down before his buddy jumps into the fray. And they just attack anyway. This is a really, really bad lamp. It's up there with that one bonfire in Sinner's Rise in Dark Souls 2 that just has 3 dudes sitting next to it that just attack you immediately. Thing about that is those guys are manageable. So yeah, at this point I just start running. Just trying to get away from those guys. Get my 0 blood echoes. It's a matter of pride, really. Oh no, I wonder what that could be. Pride, and then I'm immediately punished for it. Almost got caught again there. And I've given up. It's running time. I have a dark beast to slay. Nice fog door. Dark Beast Parl. Ooh. It's the first time I actually get to really look at how much damage I'm doing to him, and it's not much. I'm gonna try this revolutionary new idea of unlocking the camera. Whoop! And then seeing what good that does me. Turns out it does me pretty well. But then I just lock back on and get lost. And then just triple comboed. Dark Beast Parl is quick. Like most of these bosses, really. So let's kill ourselves a Dark Beast. Whoosh. Swing at nothing. Get the camera tangled up in his legs. That's the spirit. Make the viewers at home puke themselves. Oh, yep, this is the way to do it, definitely. Lock on 100% of the way. Boom. Somehow I didn't take any damage from that volt explosion thing. Run in. Stop aiming, swing for a leg, and get swiped. I'm just all over the place in this fight, playing catch up, trying to heal. It's real rough. Just knocked to the ground. I'm making no progress. I really love the monster designs in this game. The bosses have been so interesting to look at. Like, even though I spent God knows how long fighting this guy, I'm still fascinated by him just watching this footage back. Even if the rest of the footage is me just completely wasting my blood vials. Just getting pummeled to just smithereens. Not really punishing Parl for it or anything. Just kind of taking the hits, eating the blood vials, and just walking away. What I need to be doing is being more aggressive, really. Playing a little smarter, too. Like, I'm just kind of rolling in general. You want to do what I just did there. Because look what happens. Oh, and the electric's back. So, if you can manage to knock him off balance, he loses his electric aura. We're not sure what the electric aura does beyond give an extra bolt damage to his attacks. But still, that's pretty significant. Oof. Oh, and I managed to knock him down again. I'm just desperately out of blood vials though, so I cannot afford to screw up again for the rest of this fight, and I still have over a third of his health left to go. I'm down to a third. I'm starting to get more aggressive. And vaporized. So at this point I respawn and realize that I only have one blood vial, so I have 0 in storage. So it's time to go grind. And it's also when I notice that I have 0 audio recorded. So I bounce my recording after that, and everything else should be intact. So thank you for watching. Next episode, we'll have my lovely in-the-moment reactions instead of this post-commentary. So you get to hear me swear at a boss in real time, instead of admiring it from a distance. Thanks.